Alright, today's video we have got the announcement finally what the new activity is coming for Act 2, which starts next week for Heresy. It's called the Court of Blades, and there's some pretty cool stuff in it we're going to go over. We've got these new augmentation things, which are pretty interesting. We got Augmentation Banish. Defeat casters quickly to prevent banishment, or fight your way back to reality. So what this appears to be is basically just buffs or debuffs that happen throughout it. So these augmentations are just active, period. You can't like deactivate or activate them. They're just don't be constantly active. Another one we have, which we will fast forward a little bit over here, which is this one right here, which is called Augmentation Sharpen. Confront immune blade bearers to obtain swords that strip a challenger's protection, which is interesting. Alright. And then we get a little bit of gameplay of these rooms. This is the IO map, if some of you might notice it, which just came from the Red War campaign, or IO World, if you ran around on IO, which is gone now. So that's kind of cool. We got an IO themed map for this new activity. Basically, it's just boss fights, constant boss fights, which is really cool, honestly. It's basically what we got from Tomb of Elders last season, except more focused around the bosses and stuff, less focused on clearing ads and stuff, doing mechanics, and then bosses. This one, it's more attack the bosses, and there's mechanics going on in the bosses. So it's pretty cool. You accomplish it really quickly. You have a countdown. You have to do it within so much time. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. You get ammo when you complete it, stuff like that. You also get a whole bunch of these, which I'm guessing are buffs and stuff you can buy. They look really good. We've got Tier 3 Ascendant Slayer. Weapons and abilities deal additional damage to bosses, which is interesting, which they're definitely looking at. We've got Hive Sword. Equip a Hive Sword relic to use in battle. Can be reacquired, which is intriguing. You know, free Hive Sword, which means you can save your weapon, and in theory, your weapon ammo, depending on how good it would be. So that's kind of cool. We've got Ritual of Greed, which I'm all about loot, so let's see what this says. Collect 3 pyramid shards without dying to receive a permanent increase in your energy regeneration rate. Interesting. So, not really greed, because it's just an ability increase. You know, I was thinking maybe loot or something, but that's still cool. Okay. It's a cool ability. Let's see. Are they showing any others? We've got Void Transmutation. Tier 1. Defeating combatants with void damage provides a chance to transform them into transmutation spheres. Interesting. Is those the spheres that come from the that exotic trace rifle, right? I believe those are called transmutation spears or something like that, right? Is that from that exotic? That's interesting, because they did talk about some of the exotic abilities from armor, but they didn't talk about weapons. They talked about armor. Were taken off and put in here. They might have talked about weapons. I don't remember. But anyways, we got Tier 2 Dark Slayer ammo generation. Interesting. Defeating a challenging combatant creates a small shower of ammo. Bricks for all guardians. Interesting. That is really good and useful. Can be acquired once per fire team. So only one person on the fire team can claim this, but they will benefit everyone. So that's actually a really cool perk. Very good. Interesting. Okay. Definitely useful. Alright, let's see what we got. Anything else? We got Tier 3 Vanguard turrets. We love the turret system, so this sounds like we're getting free turrets. Allied support turrets appear in all future encounters. Can be purchased once per fire team. That is crazy. So you get that through all of them, for all future waves. That is so cool. Okay, let's continue, see what else we see. Dark 2, or Tier 2, sorry, Dark Execution. Okay. Damaging bosses or challenging combatants marks and weakens them for all fire team members for a short duration. Okay, that's that's a really good perk. That is really good. So yeah, not bad by any means. As you can see, we've got new effects. They're in the hands of these guys. They're glowing, so they've changed. Let's see. Destroy small blights to reveal a protector whose taken essence can damage the main blight. Interesting. So that is one of the effects of, like I said, these things seem to be effects that happen while you're in there. You don't really get a choice of them. We've got another one. So these change per wave, which every 2 waves is a wave set. So you get 2 boss fights, and then you get turned back into here. So it's kind of cool. We've got Augmentation Swarm. Defend against swarming foes. Okay. So just a bunch of ads will come running at you, I guess, while you're trying to kill the boss. Makes sense. Augmentation Descend. Damage falling blights before they descend fully. or suffer consequences. Okay, so I guess you'll just die if you don't destroy the blights quickly. Hazard. Alright, Bungie, let us read that. Okay, well, they're really quick. They don't let us read that one really quick. Alright, here we go. Hazard, gaze of the deep. Avoid the gaze of the witch of that which spreads suffocating terror. Okay, so it's just the gaze, the big eyeballs for the season. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. As a whole, really nice. We also get 3 weapons, I think, or 4 weapons. They said we get the glaive. Yeah, we get 4 weapons. We get the glaive, we get the bow, which, as you see, this guy has been using the glaive and the bow, which are really cool. We did have early access to the bow at the beginning of the season, so it wasn't that big of a deal. I did get the god roll already, kind of, lucky on that front. But we'll be able to get the adept version now, which I had the normal version. So, but it's cool. The bow is actually pretty legit, pretty nice. The other thing is we won't be having the nether effect in here. So the Court of Blades is a separate activity as well as separate things. Your health will be normal, your shields will be normal, your healing ability will be all normal. Everything normal. Just a bunch of bosses you have to kill constantly. Then there'll be a bunch of ads for different modifiers and stuff, which is really cool. As you see, there's different objective stuff. This is the area that looks like the same spot as the exotic mission if you've done it this season for the SMG. Looks like the same area. There's different objectives and stuff. He's using the bow and the glaive. We also have a fusion and a sidearm, which I do think they show off, but I'm not sure exactly where. The sidearm actually has some pretty crazy things. So, pretty excited for it personally. It's a 2-burst sidearm. We got a fusion. That's a normal fusion, unlike the sideways frame fusions, so it's actually a normal one. Thankfully. But they'll go back to middle. We'll see what the new perks are. So see if there's any new perks that happened yet or not. We will see. We've got... Okay, we got new abilities. Tier 3 Ascendant Slayer. Weapons and abilities deal additional damage to bosses. We've got... Oh, wait, no, these are the same ones we have, actually, I think. I stand corrected. Yeah, okay. So it's the same abilities it looks like when you come in and out. Do you just activate or deactivate them, I guess? You have a limit to how many you can do, it appears. Which it makes sense, There's got to be limits. We've got augmentations that do change. So that does change after every time you come out. Interesting. Counter a challenger's regenerating shield by matching its elemental type. Interesting. And augmentation bulwark. Destroy small blights to reveal a protector, which we've already seen this one, so it's just that we've seen it twice now. But on a different hand, I believe. Augmentation bound. Challengers gain immunity when together. Entering a ceremonial ring will draw one away. Interesting. Okay. Hazard taken ignitions. Bungie really just doesn't want us to read. I think Bungie's scared of me being able to read right now, but that's okay. Alright, here we go. Taken ignitions. Eruption of taken energy bursts from surfaces. Interesting. So as a whole, pretty cool. It's just boss fights constantly. There's a few waves of them. They said every 2 makes it harder, more difficult and stuff, so it's pretty nice. Pretty simple, straightforward, different arenas, as you see. We got another arena here. We got a whole bunch of ads around this boss. You have to kill them all so you can kill the boss. Makes sense, pretty simple. But it does drop some cool weapons, so, and some cool stuff, and it honestly looks really dope. So as a whole, we rate it. Obviously, there's a lot more to it. Obviously, there's more combos and stuff, but that's most of what they showed us. I can't wait for this personally. I think it's going to be really fun to do next week. It's something pretty simple, but it looks pretty fun, so I'm kind of excited for it. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment what you think. Thanks for watching. We out. I appreciate it. Adios.